Karasu. The very first puppet to ever appear in the world of Naruto under Kankuro's control was Karasu, also known as Crow. This wasn't just his first puppet, but a symbol forever tied to Kankuro's fighting style. What makes it even more remarkable is that Crow wasn't crafted by him at all. It was originally the creation of Sasori, the legendary puppet master of Sunagakure. In terms of appearance, Crow resembles a twisted human figure. 3 eyes, 4 arms, spiky hair, a design both bizarre and unsettling. Yet its true menace comes from the hidden arsenal of deadly weapons embedded within its body. Crow is outfitted with an array of lethal tools, including poison-coated kunai and shuriken, sharp spears, smoke bombs laced with toxins, and hidden blades concealed inside its stomach, chest, and wrists. One of its most terrifying mechanisms is the poisoned needle launchers, capable of firing venomous projectiles at extreme speed from multiple directions. In addition, its arms and legs house large blades, used in the infamous technique Black Secret Technique, Machine One-Shot, where multiple puppets combine to unleash a devastating finishing attack. A signature trait of Kankuro's style is carrying Crow wrapped in cloth on his back, allowing him to switch places with it at any moment. This tactic was clearly demonstrated during the Chunin exams, where Kankuro used Crow as a hidden trump card to strike a fatal blow from the shadows. Kurowari. Kurowari is the second puppet among Kankuro's core trio of weapons. A design built for intimidation and strategy, it stands in stark contrast to the compact and agile Crow. Kurowari has a bulky, rugged frame, resembling an old wooden container fitted with mechanisms. It carries 6 arms lined with serrated blades, a head marked by 3 eyes, and 2 curved red horns that give it a demonic appearance. However, Kurowari was never meant for direct assault. Its primary function is to capture and restrain enemies, creating the perfect setup for other puppets to deliver the finishing blow. In the anime, we repeatedly see Kurowari fulfill this role flawlessly, making it Kankuro's tactical right hand in brutal battles. The coordination between Crow and Black Ant is both clear and merciless. Black Ant seizes the target using its gripping mechanisms and hollow torso, while Crow slices from the outside, executing the infamous combination technique Black Secret Technique, Machine One-Shot, where the 2 puppets work together to turn their victim into prey inside a closed killing machine. This very technique was used by Kankuro to bring down Sakon and Ukon during his support of Kiba, a cold, calculated execution that displayed both precision and cruelty, and it did not end there. In the 4th Great Ninja War, Kankuro revealed an upgraded version of Black Ant, powerful enough to restrain 2 of the deadliest opponents, Sasori and Deidara, when they were revived through Edo Tensei. This demonstrates that while Black Ant may not possess the highest destructive power, it remains an indispensable piece in Kankuro's combat style, a style where everything is controlled from a distance and death strikes before the enemy even realizes what has happened. Sanshuo. The final puppet in Kankuro's legendary trio is Sanshuo, also known as Salamander. Like Crow and Black Ant, Sanshuo was a masterpiece originally crafted by Sasori. Unlike the other 2 puppets, which specialize in offense and strategy, Salamander functions as a living shield. It features a pointed head, razor-sharp teeth, and a massive, sturdy frame. Its greatest strength lies in protecting its user. Beyond defense, Salamander can also burrow underground, creating escape routes or confusing opponents, making it an invaluable survival tool in life or death situations. During the 4th Great Ninja War, Kankuro sacrificed Sanshuo to block an explosion, and in other instances, he detonated Salamander along with Karasu and Kurowari in a desperate suicide-style assault. Interestingly, in Boruto, within the new generation of Sunagakure, the young puppeteer Araya is also seen using Sanshuo. This suggests that he may have inherited the puppets once belonging to Kankuro. Mother and father. Among the vast collection of unique puppets that appeared in the world of Naruto, there exists a pair carrying deep emotional weight. Father and mother, first wielded by Chiyo. Behind their weathered wooden frames and cold joints lies a tragic origin. These puppets were originally crafted by Sasori during his childhood, after his parents were slain by Sakumo Hatake, known as the White Fang of the Leaf. At first, Sasori's intent was nothing more than to soothe his grief, recreating the image of his parents so he could feel their presence beside him. Yet under his hands, these seemingly harmless figures gradually became weapons of war. Later, after Sasori abandoned the village, Chiyo kept the pair and upgraded them into true combat puppets. Mother was fitted with a serrated katana, deadly in close-quarters combat, while father wielded a whip lined with kunai, allowing for long-range strikes with speed and piercing force. Both were also enhanced with auxiliary mechanisms, including a chakra shield for defense and razor-sharp cable wires capable of slicing through armor. In the fateful battle against Sasori himself, where Chiyo and Sakura faced her grandson, father and mother played a pivotal role, serving as the core weapons against the Third Kazekage Puppet, one of the most dangerous creations in history. While they could not rival absolute destructive power, they proved their worth through flexibility, ingenuity, and seamless coordination in combat. After Sasori's death, and during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kankuro was later seen wielding these puppets, bringing them back to the battlefield as symbols of memory and the strength of a past generation. It could be said that while Kankuro may not be the single strongest puppeteer in the history of Sunagakure, he inherited some of the most powerful puppets ever created. From Crow, Black Ant, and Salamander, to Father, Mother, and even Sasori's own puppet body, his arsenal was unmatched. If the shinobi world had not produced a collector like Tenten, who amassed the legendary Six Paths Sacred Treasures, then the title of King of Collectors would have belonged to Kankuro without question. Hiruko. The very first puppet we ever see Sasori use is Hiruko. Throughout his time with the Akatsuki, Sasori almost never revealed himself in person. Instead, he remained hidden inside Hiruko. This made Hiruko more than just a puppet. It became a signature symbol tied directly to Sasori's name. Originally designed for defense, Hiruko was transformed by Sasori's genius into a grotesque combat machine. Hiruko's appearance is striking, a hybrid between an armored turtle and a giant scorpion, with a long, razor-sharp tail that can lash out at any moment. Sasori concealed himself within its hardened shell, using Hiruko as a mobile shield. But Hiruko wasn't just for protection, it was loaded with a deadly arsenal. During the battle with Chiyo and Sakura, where Sasori effortlessly humiliated his opponent using Hiruko, we witnessed a terrifying range of abilities: an iron tail, both razor-sharp and laced with lethal poison, thick armor plating, nearly impenetrable, a poison needle launcher capable of firing 8 consecutive volleys from its mouth, hidden arm launchers that unleashed a barrage of poison needles from its fake arms, covering all angles of attack. What made these weapons exponentially more terrifying was the poison, a deadly concoction created by Sasori himself. Just one strike would paralyze the victim, and over the course of 3 agonizing days lead to their inevitable death. Hiruko became so iconic that even fellow Akatsuki members came to associate Sasori's presence with the puppet rather than his true form. That's why, when Sasori finally emerged from within Hiruko and revealed his actual body, it was a truly shocking moment. Third Kazekage. The Third Kazekage Puppet stands as the most iconic and terrifying weapon, not only to characters within the shinobi world, but also to viewers of Naruto. It is considered the greatest achievement of Sasori's puppet-making career, capturing, killing, and transforming the corpse of the man once hailed as the strongest Kazekage in Sunagakure's history into a fully functioning puppet. Unlike standard mechanical puppets, the Third Kazekage Puppet is a human puppet crafted from an actual human body. This allows it to retain all of the original user's powers and Kekkei Genkai. In this case, the Third Kazekage once possessed Magnet Release, an extremely rare and dangerous nature transformation that enabled him to manipulate iron sand, Satetsu, at will. When Sasori activated the puppet in his battle against Chiyo and Sakura, he demonstrated the full destructive scale of Satetsu. By manipulating iron sand, he could shape it into a variety of lethal forms: piercing needles, armor-piercing spears, and even rotating magnetic buzzsaws floating through the air. Every form was laced with poison, a toxin Sasori created himself, capable of paralyzing the nervous system within seconds and killing the victim after 3 days of excruciating pain. Sasori also unleashed the ultimate technique, Satetsu Kaiho, Iron Sand World Method, scattering countless iron sand spikes across the battlefield. This jutsu inflicted massive area damage while simultaneously blanketing the terrain with deadly poison. It was a technique that had once caused numerous casualties in the past, now revived through the Kazekage Puppet. Due to the overwhelming power of iron sand, Chiyo was forced to fight at full strength alongside Sakura. During the battle, iron sand destroyed the father and mother puppets, and one of the magnetic arrows shattered Chiyo's right arm, pushing both of them into a desperate situation. However, through the use of a pre-prepared antidote, a clever feint, and a bold counterattack, they managed to turn the tide. In the end, the Kazekage Puppet was finally destroyed. 100 Puppets. Red's secret technique. Performance of 100 puppets. This is the ultimate pinnacle of puppet mastery. While most puppet users can control anywhere from 1 to 10 puppets at a time, Sasori is capable of manipulating a full 100 simultaneously, all directly linked to the chakra core embedded within his chest. This core allows him to command all 100 puppets in real time, synchronously and continuously. However, it's important to emphasize one thing. This technique isn't designed for precise coordination between puppets. The more puppets controlled, the less focus can be given to each individual unit. But Sasori doesn't rely on finesse, he opts for overwhelming force, attacking with sheer numbers and relentless intensity. Sasori himself once declared, "I use this technique to bring down an entire nation." It may sound like an exaggeration, until you witness him unveil the technique parting the red curtain, releasing 100 puppets all at once, and any doubts vanish immediately. Each puppet is armed with poisoned weapons, high damage, close range, or long range attack mechanisms, forming a storm of all-out assault. There's an intriguing detail that few ever notice. Among the 100 puppets, one possesses a Sharingan. No one knows exactly where Sasori obtained it. Perhaps it was a secret trophy of war, or maybe Orochimaru gifted him an Uchiha corpse for research, a theory that isn't far-fetched. And if you're reminded of Danzo, imagine this. What if Sasori had started collecting Sharingan and implanting them into dozens of his puppets, turning his entire wooden army into 100 Sharingan puppets? Just the thought alone is enough to send chills down the spine. Jiki Chikamatsu no Shu. Jiki Chikamatsu no Shu is a legendary collection of 10 puppets once wielded by Chiyo, the master puppeteer of Sunagakure. The origin of this puppet set traces back to Monzaemon Chikamatsu, revered as the father of puppet mastery and the very first puppeteer in the history of the Hidden Sand Village. The puppets he crafted in those early days are considered timeless masterpieces, even in Naruto's era, representing the pinnacle of puppet craftsmanship in the ninja world. When Chiyo summoned the 10 Chikamatsu puppets, each had a distinct strategic role, coordinating with the others to form a highly flexible and effective offense-defense system. One puppet, shaped like an Oni demon, delivered powerful punches and was specialized in close-range defense, standing guard near Chiyo and absorbing direct attacks. Another excelled in melee combat, equipped with 2 large arms that could expand into a cage to trap opponents, then launch miniature bombs from its mouth to strike from within. There was also a paired set of puppets designed for synchronized attacks. One puppet revealed a spherical chakra saw from its face, while the other used chains like a yo-yo, swinging them at high speed to slash enemies. Another puppet, bald-headed, featured a winch mechanism that could fire binding wires over long distances, useful for restraining enemies from a safe range. Most notable were the 3 puppets marked Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. These were built to work in unison, executing the devastating technique 3 joules suction crushing, generating a powerful vacuum force that pulled enemies into the center, crushing them completely. Additionally, a female puppet wielded 2 massive swords, serving as a direct assault unit. Though her attacks were slower due to the weight of her weapons, each swing packed tremendous power. The 10th puppet, the keystone of Chiyo's battle strategy, had a single eye embedded in its forehead and could fire a chakra orb to perform the sealing technique Lion Closing Roar. This jutsu was capable of locking an enemy's chakra flow, preventing them from using any ninjutsu, thus creating a decisive opening to end the fight. Sasori. Sasori is considered a genius in the world of puppetry. But what sets him apart from every other puppet user is the fact that he turned nearly his entire body into a living puppet. Inside Sasori's abdomen lies a massive steel cable, coiled around a central axis and tipped with a spear-like point. This cable can extend outward like a tail, attacking from a distance and retracting swiftly when needed. It's coated with Sasori's signature poison, making even a light graze enough to paralyze an enemy. In terms of design, it's reminiscent of Hiruko's tail but with far greater reach and destructive power. Mounted on both sides of his lower back are 2 mechanical rotors, each containing 5 large spinning blades that rotate like propellers, shredding anything that comes too close. His puppet arms are equipped with chakra tubing systems, allowing him to unleash both fire release and water release at close range, with enough pressure to break through conventional defenses. On his back is a rack holding 4 scrolls, each used to store different battle resources. One of them contains his hidden puppets, enabling him to activate the performance of 100 puppets, the ultimate technique he once used to annihilate an entire nation. However, his body isn't entirely mechanical. The only remaining living part is his chakra core, his real heart, located on the left side of his chest, exactly where a human heart would be. This chakra core is the central hub, connecting chakra threads to the puppet body's entire joint system, ensuring smooth and continuous movement. When hit with heavy force, Sasori's body parts can automatically detach to reduce impact, then reconnect seamlessly as if unharmed, making him incredibly difficult to destroy. But if the chakra core is damaged, his life ends regardless of how intact the rest of his body remains. During the 4th Great Ninja War, Sasori was resurrected by Kabuto using Edo Tensei. However, with no puppets at his disposal, he was forced to control captured shinobi, instead a massive downgrade in power. From the very start of the battle, Sasori was captured by Kankuro, fulfilling the very line he once used to mock Lady Chiyo. An undefeated puppeteer without any puppets is just a regular man. In the end, when his emotional attachments were released, Sasori willingly departed from the cycle of reincarnation in peace. He became the first Akatsuki member to leave the Edo battlefield not because he was defeated, but because he chose to end it himself. Autonomous Puppet. Autonomous puppet refers to a new class of puppets, unlike the traditional ones from the Hidden Sand Village, which rely on chakra threads for remote control. Instead, these puppets are capable of operating and fighting independently, without any manual input from the user. This concept was first fully introduced in the last, Naruto the movie, when a descendant of the Otsutsuki clan, specifically Otsutsuki Toneri, unleashed an army of puppets powered by technology far more advanced than anything seen in the current shinobi world. The autonomous puppets used by the Otsutsuki clan retained a classical, ornate design, but were equipped with internal energy systems. These systems allowed them to move, attack, and even make strategic decisions autonomously. Low-level units could engage Hyuga clan shinobi in close combat, while higher-level models were capable of launching devastating energy spheres. What truly sets autonomous puppets apart is not just their combat power, but their versatility. In addition to battle units, there were puppets designed for domestic duties, rituals, and even acting as stand-ins for their masters in dangerous situations. Toneri's base on the moon was operated entirely and efficiently through this autonomous puppet system. The emergence of autonomous puppets also confirms that puppetry techniques originally stemmed from the Otsutsuki clan, rather than being an invention of the Hidden Sand. According to official data, this technique was part of ancient Otsutsuki technology, which over time was modified and developed by humans into the chakra-based puppetry seen in modern shinobi arts. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos.